Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
New at 6, the 19-year-old Port Huron Township man accused of shooting his father in the face, still on the loose tonight.
Where are the vans? New research, or new details, I should say, about a labor dispute that has shut down a potentially life-saving service on freeways all across Metro Detroit.
An embattled Livingston County judge's alleged misconduct hearing begins. Emotions running very high today as the judge delivers a tear-filled testimony. Good to have you with us. That story tops Local 4 News tonight at 6. It's been a year and a half since police raided the home of Livingston County Judge Teresa Brennan. And today, the Judicial Tenure Commission began its formal hearing, investigating numerous allegations of misconduct, including failing to follow the law and misuse of county resources. Rod Maloney joins us live from the 16th District Court in Livonia. And Rod, what are the stakes in this hearing?
Yes, you know, the stakes are essentially whether she gets to stay a judge or not. Of course, that's the Supreme Court will make that call. But here's the thing. They're saying she did a lot of things. Improper demeanor from the bench, being mean and rude. Also being evasive, giving evasive answers to investigators as they were asking her about this case. And also an abuse of power. But the thing they really focused on initially was her not stepping down from cases they believe she should have. 53rd District Court Judge Teresa Brennan took the stand as the JTC opened its case, noting her position as the judge hearing all Livingston County's non-child divorce cases. Her husband filed for divorce and hired a political enemy as his attorney.
I was a basket case.
She wound up the judge on her own divorce and did not step down, even after the chief judge's clerk offered her the paperwork.
From the moment I knew that my husband had hired Tom Kaiser, I knew my life would never be the same.
That would make you want to stay on the case?
Oh no. I mean, Judge, I never planned, I couldn't stay in the case. I never planned on staying in the case. I just wasn't thinking clearly.
Later in the day, Brennan broke down similarly when discussing Kaiser.
He had been doing things to me since I became a judge. It was never ending.
The JTC showed this video as evidence. The man in the orange jumpsuit here is Jerome Kowalski, defendant in Brennan's first murder trial. His lawyer wanted Brennan to step down from the trial because of her friendship with a state police detective who elicited a confession.
I said I had to look in my heart and soul that I didn't have a duty to disclose all of the things that we did.
Now, what she did was eventually have an affair with that MSP detective, Sean Furlong, and Kowalski's family is quite upset that she didn't recuse herself from this case and felt that she did not properly handle that. And so they're here watching very closely because they believe that she should be sanctioned. Back to you.
So, Rod, what now? How long will this case last, and what are the options if the JTC were to win this case?
Right. Well, here's the thing. They're talking about 6 to 10 days of testimony, and it did go on a long time today, and it's promising to go on for a very long time. Judge Giovan is going to be making a decision in this case, and then whatever he decides, if in fact he were to decide for the JTC side, then it's up to the Supreme Court to decide precisely what the sanctions would be.
Much more to come. Okay, Ron.
Today, President Trump announced there is a new deal to overhaul NAFTA, the trade agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The new plan is called the USMCA, or the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Agreement. The deal still has a long road ahead before it's ratified, but this evening our Jason Colthorpe has been studying up on the details. So, Jason, is this reinventing the wheel, or would you say it's NAFTA 2.0?
Well, it's a little bit of both. He's made no secret, the president has, guys, of the fact he thinks NAFTA was the worst trade agreement ever. Agree or disagree with that, business analysts mostly thought that at minimum, NAFTA needed to be badly updated after 25 years. And here are the key points. First, the new deal opens up Canada's dairy market to U.S. farmers. And it also requires more of a vehicle's parts to be made in North America in order to avoid tariffs, which we'll talk more about in just a second. The USMCA also includes new rules for things like pirating movies online. Now, if this 16-year agreement is passed by Congress and holds to form, you will see the effects.
Truly historic news for our nation.
A new North American trade agreement has finally been worked out, and it could have a big impact on the auto industry, which, according to the president, lost a quarter of its jobs to NAFTA.
They make cars, they make products, they make everything in another country. They send them into the United States, no tax. With this agreement, we are closing all of these terrible loopholes. They're closed, they're gone.
According to preliminary reports, the new agreement would require more of a vehicle's parts to be made in Canada, the U.S., or Mexico. 12% more, meaning if a vehicle isn't at least 75% North American made, it will be taxed going overseas. And in a clear move to fight outsourcing to countries including Mexico, 40 to 45% of auto parts must be made by workers earning at least $16 an hour.
It's a great relief for the auto industry and for the state of Michigan that Canada is now part of the deal.
The Center for Automotive Research in Ann Arbor has been watching this process closely.
I think there's winners and losers here. So, you can say that the Trump administration really did succeed in getting a new NAFTA. It is much more modern, and it takes into account parts of the vehicle that were not on the tracing list before. It does have incentives for bringing some jobs back to the U.S. Consumer prices are going to go up, and that could result in lower sales, lower production overall. So it's always a balance.
Reaction was mostly positive from the Detroit autos, the suppliers, and unions. GM saying this today: this agreement is vital to the success of the North American auto industry. We have long supported efforts to modernize it in a way that strengthens the industry and positions it for long-term success. And guys, Ford, pretty much a similar reaction. But some analysts kind of taking a wait-and-see approach. We got to see how this actually plays out to be able to see what effect it's going to have.
As are no doubt a lot of members of Congress. We'll
exactly.
have to see the road ahead. All right, Jason.
Well, turning our attention to St. Clair County, that's where a manhunt is underway after deputies say a man shot his father in the face and then took off on his bike.
Shooting happened early Sunday at a home on Oak Street near I-94 in Port Huron Township. Deputies said the gunman is 19-year-old Mac Kuffler. He is 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighs about 180 pounds, last seen wearing a black tank top and black pants. Just last week, the labor dispute that forced a work stoppage on our roadways and freeways came to an end.
But it seems we just can't catch a break here. Well, this morning, a new potential hassle for Metro Detroiters. MDOT's courtesy vans have disappeared. Jamie Edmonds is live. Jamie, I see these vans all the time on the side of the road, and they're potentially life-saving.
Oh, Kimberly, absolutely. I actually was a beneficiary of this. I blew a tire on 94 early morning heading to the airport, and before the tow truck could come, an MDOT courtesy van came, changed my tire, helped me to get out of there. But if I blew that tire today, that van would not come. If you've ever been stranded on the side of the road, the MDOT courtesy van is a welcome sight. But as of midnight Monday, those vans are in park due to a contract dispute. The Detroit company that has been providing the service since 2001 is called Emergency Road Response. Their general counsel tells me they had an agreement through September 2019, but earlier this year, the state unilaterally decided to cancel it for convenience and put it out to bid. Jeff Cranston from MDOT responded via email stating, "Today would have marked the beginning of the third year of a 3-year contract for the metro region. The contract for service in Livingston and Washtenaw counties expires January 10th. The contracts were put up to bid earlier this year as MDOT saw the opportunity to align the timeline for the contracts." Cranston sent Local 4 the scores from the bidding process, with Incident Clear, an out-of-state company, scoring the highest and therefore winning the bid. Emergency Road Response says the bidding process was tarnished and filed a formal bid protest. All right, so all of this is a little bit confusing. For this metro region, ERR had this contract through September of 2019. The Livingston and Washtenaw County contracts were coming up in January, and MDOT wanted them all to be together, which is why they sent the bid out and how this out-of-state company won it. Now, what happens now is ERR is saying, I'm trying to talk to the state. We're trying to figure out how to get these vehicles on the road for the next 3 months. They haven't heard from the state, and in the end, they say the drivers are the ones that lose in all of this. Back to you.
You're right about that.
One of those things you may only miss if it's not there.
If it's not there,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. All right, Jamie. Well, what a wet, soggy day, and once again, we had the rain that fell hard enough that we had a lot of water, standing water on some of the under the overpasses in the area. It kind of made for a mess this afternoon.
That's true, and in some of those cases that may not have receded, and we're about to get more on top of it, and unfortunately this time it's all coming overnight. And that could make some very bad problems for commuters tomorrow morning, but we'll get there in a minute. 4 live radar showing most of that rain right now in the northern sections of lower Michigan. Some of it has been brushing our north zone, but it's going to come back here in the next few hours. In fact, the short-term forecast shows by about 8, 9 o'clock tonight, we'll start seeing those showers and maybe a rumble of thunder here in our north zone. Everybody gets wet overnight, and look at how that rain intensifies as we get overnight. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, that's when we're going to see the biggest push of water. Most of that will be gone during the morning commute, but if there are standing areas of water in some of those underpasses, that could linger into the drive, so keep that in mind. Even though the rain's done falling, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're out of the woods. So another soaker tonight. We've got one dry day on Wednesday and above normal temperatures for the next 10 days. We'll look at all that coming up in a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben. Let's see what Lester Holt and his team are working on for Nightly News tonight, immediately following this broadcast.
Lester live tonight from New York with a preview. Hey, Lester.
Hey, Kim and Devin, ahead for us. The president has just authorized the FBI to expand its scope in the Judge Kavanaugh investigation. We'll tell you what they may now look at. Also, we'll take you to ground zero of the unfolding earthquake and tsunami disaster when we see you coming up here for Nightly News. For now, we'll send it back to you in Detroit.
Just getting a closer look at the enormity of all that. All right, Lester's will be along here with about 20 minutes from now with NBC Nightly News. If you're an iPhone user, we've got some news for you. A new glitch could make for some awkward conversations.
Yeah, why some phones are sending messages to the wrong person.
Also, a new report shedding new light on mouth guards, why experts say they not only offer protection, they could actually give players a leg up on the competition.
But first, a major change to online shopping, why certain products are about to scrape 6% extra out of your wallet. Help Me Hank will join us with the details after the break.